Hey, how you doing, ladies and gentlemen? How you doing, man? It's your guy, Jesus Hawthorne. Some of y'all know me by Mr. MUB, man. Mr. Make You Better, man, because all I do is provide financial education along with an opportunity that will do nothing but make you better. Hey, right now, this is video number 4 of the Income for Life video series. Quick recap on the last video. We got through talking about the rest of the 5 obstacles that was getting in people's way, that's getting in the way. We was talking about credit, we was talking about debt, and we was talking about big business. Now, those are the 3 additional obstacles to cover out the 5. The first one was inflation, and the second one was high taxes. So those were the 5 major obstacles that's getting in the way, that's eating up people's wealth. That's eating up people's wealth. And believe it or not, you hear me say this term all the time, getting on the right side of capitalism. You need to get on the right side. Now, what I mean by that is, one of the first things that I believe that everybody need is a business. More importantly, definitely a home-based business, because a home-based business actually is going to give you access to 475 different tax deductions that's going to allow you to legally, ethically write off your lifestyle. You definitely legally, ethically. This is like one of the first major components that any and everybody need in establishing their portfolio. If you do not want to work until you die, you definitely, first thing you need to do is get you a home-based business. You definitely need to get a home-based business. Now, me personally, I've been with this particular company since June 2014. One of the first things that they did, man, they taught me how to give myself a pay raise without asking my boss. That is major. I got back additional about $500 a month using that strategy. I also had access to a course that taught me how to fix and repair my credit myself. Hear me out. I learned the skill through the company. The company taught me a skill on how to do credit repair. And once, when the first client was myself, I was able to put back over 250 points on my credit score by using the system. So the thing is proven, it's the truth, right? So let me give a quick breakdown on this company. All right, so the name of this company is called My Econ. It's the Personal Financial Success Company. That's the slogan, right? Now, not to knock any other company. So a lot of this information and the knowledge that I've been sharing, because I was actually trained and mentored by the co-founders themselves, along with some of the company leaders. And that's how I was able to receive a lot of this knowledge. And as you notice, man, I'm talking about strategies. I'm talking about financial education. I'm talking about principles of that every American needs to put themselves on the right side of capitalism. Now, unlike a lot of the other home-based businesses, not knocking what they do, one thing they kind of focus on is sales. Sales. Either you're selling a product, you're selling a service. Not that something is wrong with the product, not that something is wrong with the service, but they normally don't teach the additional financial education of how to properly maximize their circumstances of being a business owner. One thing I love about this company, the first things they was doing, they was teaching me how to become a business owner first, how to maximize the privileges of having the home-based business. And what that is, that's a strategy, because guess what? Not everybody's going to be good at sales. That's why so many people got a problem with home-based businesses. That's the major knock, because a lot of people never developed the skill of how to become a good seller. So regardless of how great the products and stuff is, in which the products could be top of the line, but because nobody really maximize that skill set, and then once they don't get sales, and then nobody really taught them the benefit of being a home-based business owner, they quickly were to roll out. So the company identified that. Of course, the founders have been in business for like over 40 years. So, doing a risk analysis, they quickly identified that. So what made them so different is because they understood, let's start teaching people the strategy. Let's start teaching people the proper financial strategies and why everybody need to have a home-based business a part of their portfolio. Because guess what? Any and everybody can apply a strategy to their life. Matter of fact, even at your job, for you to become good at your job, you had to apply some type of strategy. You had to learn the step-by-step daily operations for you to be successful at your job. You had to, right? So the problem is most people have never been taught the right strategies to add to their income. Yeah, to add to their income. So that's where we kind of step in. All right. So traditionally, like we kind of break this thing down. It's called a 3-6-9. That's the formula that we use, and it's like this: like 3 days or less. We're going to show you how to minimize your taxes, and you're going to get that down by changing a form. They call it W-4 form. How to minimize debt. So when you actually once you change that form, you're going to see a pay increase into your check. Now, what you're not going to do is you're not going to spend that money. You're going to take that additional money, and then you're going to either start knocking off debt if you have any, or take that money and start investing it. Then at the same time, you're going to start minimizing your expenses. One of the first things we recommend for people to do is like print off like 90 days of bank statements and start going through your expenses. Start seeing exactly where your money is going. And then once you start identifying like, wow, I didn't realize I was spending my money so carelessly, create you a budget. Then once you create that budget, you start minimizing expenses. Guess what, man? Your cash flow is about to go up. And you can get this done in about 3 days or less. All right. Then for the 6, we kind of break it down, man, by 6 weeks or less, man. We're going to show you how to actually start building you a business. We actually get it done a whole lot sooner than that. Most of the time when people start, they take the first strategy, give themselves a pay increase, it's going to be somebody that they will be interested in learning exactly how they can do the same thing. And because you done shared this information with other people, then guess what? You're going to start earning weekly checks, start putting yourself in a position where you can earn some passive income and actually build. If you decide to build a business, you can actually build big monthly residual. Because once again, you are a business owner. You are a business owner, right? As soon as you fill out the application. Now, this is what we like to call the income shift. Because at one point in time, you just had a job and a job alone. But now, since you filled out the application and became an associate of ours, you part of Team MUB per se, now you actually operating from a W-2 to now all of your income is going to be taxed off of a 1099. Remember I explained earlier, the W-2, you get taxed the most. See, with a 1099, it's going to get taxed less. Now, what we really want to do in 9 months or less, and it definitely could be less, is where we're going to shift majority of our income to the point where it be on strategy number 3, and that be the investments. What I'm saying? Because we actually got a course that actually teach you on where to find wholesale investments. You're going to understand the terminology. You're going to start learning about the products and stuff in and out. So that way you can pick the right product for you. For you to start investing in. It's going to be a lot of power in that, because guess what? Investments, they get taxed the least. It gets taxed the least out of all this pay system. All right. So a lot of people ask me all the time, hey, Jesus, are you sure? I've ran across other people who done changed their W-4s and this and that, and they got in trouble and everything. Well, I'm going to be honest. What probably happened is that person changed their W-4, right? But they did not have a business. And because they did not have a business, that means they did not have access to the business deductions. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they end up owing money at the end of the year, because they didn't have the right documentation and the justification to give themselves their pay increase. But what I want you to do is right now, I'm going to read this out loud. I really want you to follow along. This is coming directly from the IRS, website. And it's going to give you a breakdown. It says big refund, big tax bill. Update April the 29th, 2005. So understand, this ain't nothing new. Even before this was published, it was wrong. But they decided to go ahead and publish it in 2005. Understand, this is going on 2020, end of 2020, going on 2021. So this has been some years. It said, first, some refund facts. He said, federal tax refund to individuals totaled more than $215 billion last year. This is back in 2005. It said more than 101 million taxpayers got refunds. That's 80%. 80% of most Americans is getting a refund. The average refund is about $2,126. It said, where does your refund come from? It said it comes from your wallet or your purse when you tell your employer how much to withhold from your paycheck, or you make a estimate tax payment. That's when the W-4 form. You tell your employer how much money to get taken out of your check. They said the average refund is about $40 a week too much. You might be using the extra withholding as a forced savings method, but Uncle Sam doesn't pay interest on refunds except in special circumstances. Now, this is what the IRS is suggesting. They said putting the money in any type of savings account or paying down debt might be a better option. So the IRS is telling you, instead of you waiting on a refund, because that's where a lot of people come to, like, where's this pay increase coming from? Well, the pay increase is coming from that initial refund that you normally receive at the end of the year. Now, if you were receiving a refund, which you unknowingly or doing, or maybe you're doing it purposely, is you're giving the government an interest-free loan. Now, the IRS recommendation at the end of that said, we would recommend for you to get your money up front instead of waiting at the end of the year. He said, because you can be taking that money and putting it in your savings account, which I would recommend for you to start investing versus putting it in the savings account, or start paying down debt. That might be a better option. So even the IRS is trying to drop you some clues on exactly what you need to be doing instead. So instead of you waiting at the end of the year getting a tax return, you need to get your money up front. Now, for those who had changed their W-4 form, and at the end of the year, they still owed. And the reason why they still owed is because they did not have business deductions. They changed their form as if they was about to receive business deductions, but at the end of the year, when they filed their taxes, they did not have a business. They did not have business deductions. So that's the reason why they owed. That's the reason why they owed. So ain't nothing wrong with changing your W-4 form. Just make sure you got everything in place so you can do it legally, ethically, and morally. So guess what, man? That's the end of this video right here. You know what I'm saying? This video number 4 within the Income for Life series. So I'm about to go ahead and move on to video number 5. And I really want you to remember, man, keep your crown on, man. And rich is an option. Broke is a choice. You see, I'm hitting y'all with the colors, man. You know that this is only making sense. And if you like what this video was saying, and you believe that's true, and somebody else need to know this information, man, please share. Please share this information. Please share. Please share. Our people need access to this. Our people need access to this. So this is your guy, Jesus Hawthorne. Some people know me by Mr. Make You Better. All I do is provide financial education along with an opportunity that would do nothing but make you better. And the link to the apparel. If you wanna rock the apparel with your guy, if you want to support me, go ahead, hit the link inside the description, and we're about to move on to video number 5 of the Income for Life series. This is the end of video number 4. Y'all stay blessed, man. Peace.